Hello, everybody. How are you all? It's been a while since I've sat down and made a YouTube video, and the reasons for that I shall go on to explain. And the reason for this video is there's a few thoughts on my mind. There has been a few thoughts on my mind over the last month or so, which I would just like to express and release into the world. So, where to start? I need to have a think about that because I don't really structure my videos quite well. So we'll go step by step. So recently I've not really posted I've not posted a YouTube video for a while. The reason for that is very simple, because the poems that I have been releasing, they're not really worthy of a YouTube video. The most recent poems that I've released, which I think it's been around 3 weeks since I last released a poem, it was some love poems, and they weren't really very intense or interesting love poems where there's a massive story behind them. There's a interesting story behind them which can grip the viewer. They were more one-off poems, one-off specials, you could call them, one-off special poems. So that's the reason why I've not really made any YouTube videos on them poems. And furthermore, there is a lot of thoughts in my mind. I know right now it may seem like I'm struggling to get my words out, but there is a lot of thoughts on my mind which I've been trying to articulate in my own mind before I can articulate them into words. So I think it's been around 3 weeks since I posted anything at all, and that by that I mean since I posted a YouTube video or even released a poem. And to put it very simply, I've just been questioning my journey. I've been questioning whether do I really want to do this? Do I have the courage to do this? Am I able to get over the fear of the opinions around me? Which, if you have seen my previous YouTube videos, that is a recurring theme. I don't think it's a major issue, but I think it is something that is just always there, just because of the way that our lives are orchestrated and the way that the modern world is set up, where there is no running away from people, there is no running away from the opinions of others, their judgments, how they view us, how they perceive us. It's a part of life, it's a part of our daily lives in the modern world, which we have to accept. Unfortunately, we don't live 500 years ago where you could stay in a small village for 30 years and you wouldn't have any interaction with the outside world. It's not like that. These days, you can step out your door and you'll bump into someone that you've not seen in 5 years' time. So, yeah, the opinions, you can't, yeah, I can't really get away from. So that is something that I have to deal with. But this is more, I'm not saying there's constant opinions coming at me. I'm saying more that it's just the fear. The fear is always there. Sometimes it's always there. It does get the best of me sometimes. And do I have the courage to do this? Now, this is a very interesting question, because I have an idea in my mind of the person that I am. I have a self concept that I am, and but to dwell further on that, okay, to put it very bluntly, so I think for the last 15 years of my life, I think I have been suffering from manic depression. And if you know anything about manic depression, so I've researched it a little bit, and these days it's categorized as bipolar disorder. And I think it's very possible that I may have been suffering from that, because when I look at the symptoms, I fall into, or I can take every single symptom. And what does it consist of? So manic depression, this is something that I became aware of in my sort of early 20s, that am I suffering from this because of just because I was observing the patterns of my mind and the patterns of my life and the patterns of the person that I was at the time and even the person that I am now. And what it essentially is experiencing the highest of highs emotionally, and on experiencing, you could say, a high level of consciousness where the mind feels like the mind, the body, everything feels completely elevated. And then there is also the other side of it as well, which is experiencing the lowest of lows as well. And I do believe that has been a recurring pattern in my life over the last 15 to 16 years. And even though it's something that I am aware of, it's something that I've struggled to deal with until recently. Until recently, I'm trying to make some changes to deal with these possible issues. I don't even know whether these issues are real because it's not like I have been diagnosed. It's not like I have spoken to a doctor. And to be honest, I don't really want to. But yeah, I do feel just assessing the patterns of my life, assessing the patterns of my mind, I do feel like that is something that I may have potentially, very highly likely, have been a victim of over the last decade and a half. So yeah, so that's something that that is something that I am trying to come to terms with at the moment. Yeah, and the second the second question that I asked is, do I want to do this? And to put it bluntly, yes, I do. Yes, I do, because poetry is a very it has become a very important part of my life since I made the discovery of my ability to write poetry in the last 2 years. It has been a big part of my life, and any time where my emotions have been elevated, or whether I have experienced very low emotions, or if I've experienced any life situations that have led to any type of emotion, it has led me to write poetry to be able to articulate and comprehend and understand the emotion. So I do want to do this, but it's just I am questioning, how do I want to do it. I am questioning whether the person that I have been presenting to the world, is that really me, or is that is it a fabrication of who I think I should be. So there has been some very interesting questions going through my mind recently, some very interesting thoughts, some thought provoking ideas. Yeah. And ideas like these, it's not something that has an instant answer. It's something that takes time. This is just me speaking from experience. It's something that takes time for the wires to untangle themselves, and for the mind to, and for myself to find some sort of peace and comfort within myself. So yeah, that's what's been going through my mind recently, and over the last couple of weeks especially, I've just been assessing the patterns of my life and the decisions that I have made, and I have also been assessing where I am at life at this moment of time as a 30-year-old man, and it's led me to the conclusion that my mind has not operated in a healthy manner, probably for most of my life. If I'm honest, it's not operated in a healthy manner at all. And what do I mean when I say that? So I mean I mean that I've struggled to have a grip on reality, and some of the decisions that I've made have been very questionable. So some of these decisions, I can give you some examples of some decisions. So quitting my jobs. So I have left jobs. I've had quite a few 9 to 5 roles. The first one I lasted 2 years, then I quit. The second one, same pattern, 2 years, quit. The third one I did just under 3 years, and then I decided to quit because I think really I just wasn't, especially with the third role. I think I was around 28 when I left that role, so 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, and uh, and yeah, especially that role, I think I was just at a point where it was more that I was not happy with myself. I think a lot of the decisions that we make, or a lot of the decisions that I've made, even though I may point the finger at external circumstances, the the real issue always lies within. Because if I am content and I am happy within myself, then it's a lot easier for me to accept my external circumstances, as I have been experiencing recently. As I have days and I have moments where I am in a very content, very happy, very joyous mood, and there is no issues. I have absolutely zero issues with life when when I am in that state of mind. Sorry, the radio keeps coming on. Let me turn that off. So yeah, so it's been questioning the decisions. I have been questioning the decisions that I've made over the last decade of my life, and even I have been even questioning the first YouTube video that I released. And the reason why I have been questioning that one is because there's been instances since then where I've bumped into people that I know and people that have seen the video. These people I've not seen for months, maybe longer, and the last impression that they have of me is the first YouTube video that I released. And I can see it in the eyes. I can see in the eyes just how they perceive me, how they look at me, and they look at me as someone who life has got the better of, as someone who's maybe hopeless. And there has been times I felt like that, but it's not to say that that is the totality of me. And yeah, so I have been even questioning whether it was the right decision to release my first YouTube video. But that is something that is something that I have to make peace with. That is something that I it's a decision that I made, and it's a decision that I have to live with, and I will do so, and I am doing so. But yeah, then that also ties into what I was mentioning earlier, which is um, which is the opinions of those around me, and how people perceive me. But that is not really my issue. How people perceive me is not really my issue. That is an issue for the individual. And one thing that I'm recently acknowledging is to simply view people as they are, because I may see someone on a daily basis, and every single day that individual might present a different version of themselves to me, and it is my obligation, you could say my duty, to accept that person as they are. And that is more a reflection of, if you are able to accept others as they are, it's more a reflection of that we can accept ourselves as we are as well. So these are some of the thoughts that have been going through my mind recently. Just a lot of questions, a lot of questions. So I'm trying to, at this moment of time, I have taken a break from social media, from posting on social media, and from even being on social media, just even from viewing content on social media. And this is another point that I would like to discuss, which is social media. So one of the things I have noticed about myself is I can be very easily influenced. It's very easy to influence me, because if anyone was to say anything to me, or if I was to view any type of content, I take it as it is. And maybe I'm not able to question it, or maybe I just, when it comes to people, for example, if someone says to me, yeah, they did this or they are doing this, I have absolutely no reason to suspect them or to judge them, that they might not be, they could potentially be dishonest with me. So, and the reason why I talk about social media content is a lot of the ideas that I've had over the last couple of years, especially, I ask myself, where have these ideas really come from? Have they really come from within me, or has my mind been influenced by external factors? And that's the reason why recently I've been taking a break from social media, because now this is another pattern of my mind that I have observed, and a pattern that I am wondering whether it has been whether it's been a hindrance to me. So, as I was mentioning earlier, I've always felt like I don't really have a good grip on reality, and just to accept life the way it is. And that has led me to fantasize, essentially, to fantasize that there is always something better out there. No matter what circumstance I'm in, it's what led me to fantasize that there is always something better out there, rather than accepting the situation that I am in. And I think that is one of the reasons which has always led me to leave my jobs, because in the moments of time, I have been my thought pattern has been that this job that I'm doing, this work that I'm doing, is not bringing me any type of contentment and any type of fulfillment or happiness. So the answer must be, I must go seek elsewhere. And every time I have gone to seek elsewhere, I've ended up back in the same position. And what does that tell you? Or what does that tell me? That tells me that the issue is internal. It's an issue that's within me, rather than pointing any fingers externally. And the reason why I link this to me fantasizing about escape, and when I say escape, I mean just running away from reality, is I wonder whether them ideas were really within me to seek elsewhere, or whether I have been influenced through the content that I have been viewing on social media. So yeah, social media, I believe it can be it can be dangerous if it's not used rightly. And like I said earlier, so I believe that my mind can be influenced very easily. So yeah, these are some of the questions that have been going through my mind recently, some of the thoughts that have been going through my mind recently. And I think now I've got to this stage where I'm 30 years old, I still live in my family home, I still don't have a real job. Even though I am working, I still don't have a real job. And and this is a consequence of, throughout my 20s, I wasn't able to I wasn't able to look at the future. I was not able to think 5 years ahead, or have any type of long-term planning. And I think my mind has been whimsical, in a sense that I have always just had this idea that things will work out. And if I am honest, they were working out up until 2 years ago. Everything was working out. My life was going completely fine. I had a good job, good habits, good friends. Life was good. And then yeah, and then life decided to throw me a curveball, and yeah, I'm still trying to catch it. I'm still trying to catch that curveball. But yeah, these are some of the ideas, the thoughts that have been going through my mind recently. It's not to cause concern for anyone, please. please, I beg you, I do not want to cause concern for anyone. It's more that since I've because I have started this journey, I do feel I have an obligation and a responsibility to continue this journey, and I do want to, and I want to be as transparent with the viewer, with yourself. I want to be as transparent as I can, and just really give you an idea of what is really going on in my mind, what has gone on in my mind that has led me to where I am today. So yeah, my life has been very interesting. I won't lie to you, my life has been very interesting. There's been a lot of ups and downs, and I have so many stories of good times, bad times. I've done a lot of traveling. I've been away for like I think around 15, 16 times. I've done a lot of traveling, and every single day, I meet a lot of very interesting people. So, but one other thing that I would like to discuss is so a couple of weeks ago, I came to the conclusion that my mind is unhealthy. It does not operate in a healthy manner at all. Now, what that has led me to do is led me to meditate. Meditation, I have mentioned in my previous videos, is something that's always been a part of my life, and I've been meditating. I've never been able to do it consistently, but I would say this year I have been quite consistent with it. And usually when I meditate, I try to meditate for around 15, 20 minutes. And around that mark, I begin to feel a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, a lot of fear in my chest, where we have our vortex of energy. Some would call it the heart chakra, some would call it whatever you want to call it, but I start to feel this anxiety in my chest, usually around the 20-minute mark of meditation. And upon recently, when I had the thought that it's very likely that my mind does not operate in a healthy manner, I thought to myself, what actions can I take to improve the cognitive functions of my mind and to tighten my grips on reality? So, and that led me to meditation. So I decided, so today is only the fifth day, but I decided to complete 2 hours of meditation every single day. And that's what I have been doing. So I'll meditate an hour in the morning, and then I will meditate an hour either in the evening or before I sleep. And it is only the fifth day. It's only the fifth day, but because of the amount of meditation that I am doing and the length of time that I am doing it for, I am already feeling the benefits and the rewards of it. And that is why I feel right now I am able to articulate my thoughts in a well spoken manner, and hopefully I have articulated them in a manner where you are able to, or the viewer, you are also able to understand the thoughts that I am trying to convey to you. And yeah, so since I have been meditating for 2 hours every single day, I have been feeling a lot more aware of myself, peaceful at times. It's very peaceful. And I have read a lot about meditation. The fact that is it can it can become a type of anchor to the self, to the internal self. And I do feel like it is an anchor for me to stay grounded within myself and to stay grounded in reality. So when them times come where I'm going through any type of stress, where my emotions are heightened due to an experience, I am better equipped to deal with it. And I hope that the benefits of extensive meditation will be for me to be able to make better decisions in the future, where and allow me to truly build a life for myself. Because who doesn't want to build a life for themselves? To build a life that I can say this is my own life. And I hope to get to that stage one day. And it has even though it's it's very very short term. in the sense, because I have been only meditating for 5 days this extensively, but it's a lot of meditation, and it is a lot of time, and it takes a lot of discipline just to sit there with my eyes closed and to focus on my breath and just to let the thoughts arise naturally. And the first couple of days, there was a lot of stress and anxiety while I was meditating, and I struggled to breathe past it, and I struggled to overcome it. But over the last couple of days, I'm able to breathe a lot easier when I am meditating, and I am able to get into a peaceful state as well. Yeah, but it has also allowed me to view myself in a slightly different light as well. It has allowed me to not be too critical and too harsh on myself, because I am massively critical of myself. I criticize myself quite a lot, and this is one of the reasons why I say that my mind is not operating in a healthy manner, because I don't think it is healthy to be this critical of oneself, because where is it really going to lead to? I mean, we all make mistakes, but if I'm constantly criticizing myself, then it's not really going to allow me to move forward, is it? Yeah. But yeah, a lot of things have been going, a lot of ideas regarding the self have been going through my mind recently. And one thing I've also realized is I get overwhelmed very easily. If I have a lot on my plate, that is something that can lead me to lose control of myself, lose control of my emotions, and to possibly throw away good situations like previous jobs that I've held, for example. And I've also realized recently that I like to have a very strict routine. I love having a routine. It allows me, again, it allows me just to stay grounded to life, and stay grounded within myself, to wake up every morning and to ask of myself, these are the tasks that I need to complete today, and this is how my day will go today. Even though I do like to have days where they're just full of spontaneity, and I do still get ideas of yeah, just running off somewhere and doing something completely spontaneous, just to have, just for the sense of adventure in my life. So even though I do like routine, I think I thrive in routine. I do like adventure as well, something to make me feel completely alive. So yeah, but balanced. It's all about balanced, as all things. As it's all about balance, as all things should be, like Thanos said. Yeah. Mm. As I've been making this video, is the ideas that I had in my mind that I've been wanting to discuss. The ideas have been slowly coming to me. Yeah. There is a couple of other ideas that I have. I don't really know if I'm ready to share them, because just the thought of talking about them, it makes me a bit emotional, and I don't really want to get emotional right now, because as you can see in the background is an absolutely beautifully wondrous, amazing sunny day over here in the UK. Even though it is completely freezing, I don't think I have experienced cold like this in my life. Every single year in the UK, the cold seems to get worse and worse, and this year is bad. For the whole year, I have been taking cold plunges, and for the last couple of weeks, I've not taken a cold plunge at all, because just stepping outside is like taking a cold plunge. Honestly, it's freezing. It is freezing, man. But yeah, so these are some of the ideas that I wanted to discuss, some thoughts that I wanted to get out into the world, and just to reassure the people that if you have been watching me from the beginning, that I am still here, I am still alive, and I still will be releasing my poetry into the world. But I'm also at a stage in my life where I really need to start thinking about my long term future, because I don't want to be in a position where, in 5 years' time, I don't want to be in the same position where I am still relying on my family, and I'm still relying on those around me. Like I said, I want to build a life for myself. I want to live my own life. And yeah. just have my own life. Very simple, honestly. Like one of my one of the most pleasurable experiences that I have is just being at home by myself. Honestly, I love the peace, I love the quiet, and then I just love being able to just completely let my guard down. But I can only do that when I am completely by myself. And of course, I live with my family, so it's not really, it's very rare I get them moments or them occasions. But that is something that I want to work towards, where I can say one day that yes, I do have a place of my own, and this is my space where I can just relax and breathe and shut out the outside world. So yeah, so I am at a stage in my life where I am 30 years old, 31 very soon, in under 3 weeks time. Yeah, in under 3 weeks time I'm going to be 31, and I feel like life has come, life has over the last year or so, you could say, life has hit me quite unexpectedly, because I feel like a lot of my peers, the people that I grew up with, everybody who is the people that I know that are of my age, everybody is moving forward with their life. It's not to say that I'm not moving forward, or I'm getting left behind, but it's just more questioning the direction of my life. Where do I actually want my life to go? Even though, with this poetry, I do have massive aspirations, dreams, and visions with this poetry, but I do not know whether these dreams, aspirations, whether they are real, whether they are achievable, or also, yeah, whether they are real and achievable. And why I say whether they're achievable is because I do feel like my whole life I have lacked self-belief, but that's a completely different issue, honestly. That's a completely different issue. That is something that, again, since I have started meditating extensively, it's since I've started meditating extensively, it's allowed me to just be myself in the small moments in life, in the small interactions that I have with people, and just generally throughout the day. It's allowed me just to be myself. So I do believe that if I can continue to stay grounded within myself, then naturally the self belief of my aspirations in life will come forth, and it will solidify itself within me. I hope. I hope. Okay, my friends, amigos, amigas, that is all for today. It's a very long YouTube video, this, and when I had the idea for this YouTube video last night, and I did imagine it to be quite a lengthy YouTube video. And if you have made it this far, thank you very much. And please, please, please do not be concerned about me. Please, 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 I do not need any messages of support, and I do not need anyone's opinions, anyone's advice, because another pattern of my life is I unfortunately do not listen to anyone. These thoughts, these ideas that I am contemplating, they have come from within myself, and I will not take anyone's advice, which is the exact reason why I do not ring anyone and ask them to sit beside me while I discuss the thoughts or the issues that are going on in my life. So please, no advice, no opinions, and no words of encouragement. Possibly, I'll leave that to you. But yeah, I don't need support, don't need advice, honestly. I myself am enough for me. Okay, thank you very much. Hope you, the viewer, are well, and I hope that, yeah, hope everything's going well for you, and you're absolutely I hope you're enjoying life more than anything. I hope you have find some type of contentment, fulfillment, and happiness within yourself that allows you to enjoy all the challenges that life may throw at you. Adios, my friend. Take care.